Well, you continue to see bullish calls from me. The bias is more on the bullish side. Once first of all, good morning to you and Karnya. I believe that in the last 2 days or 3 days, it's been very sideways range for the markets. And the standout picture for this rally, we've been talking time and again for this rally from 25th, 26th September, is the comeback of Bank Nifty. I think that's the most strongest portion of this market rally. So, even look at the Nifty IT index, for example, today, the last 2 or 3 days, the Nifty IT index is corrected by almost 1,000 points from 22,600 to 21,500. So it's almost 5% approximately for the Nifty IT index. But then look at the contrary behavior for the Nifty from 11,800 where we were trading yesterday. We are at 12,000 level. So in 2 or 3 days, that's been the reaction for the Nifty, and predominantly that's because the resurgence in the Bank Nifty is what the market wanted, and that's what I think the Bank Nifty stands for. So I would sense that the next set of direction for the indices may not be dependent on the erstwhile IT, may not be dependent on the farmers, but it will be heavily dependent on how the Bank Nifty and the banking stocks behave. So that's largely going to be the focus. And looking at the banking stocks, the short covering rally, the possibility that this could be a consensus move for at least majority of the banking stocks. I believe that there should be more upside lined up for the banking names going ahead. So I'm keeping my view a bit on the bias still on the long side because both the indices are trading above their key support levels. Now, I would initiate two buy calls, and the first buy call which I would initiate would be on HDFC. I would term this as a more of a low risk trade. I think the stock has done fabulously well from the September odd low, September end lows of 1700, 1750. The stock had already rallied more than 10%, gone through a routine consolidation, a whipsaw range, and now making a comeback again. So I believe HDFC should be a good buy. In the morning also I had given a buy on HDFC with a target of 2040. I would now revise the targets higher for HDFC to 2080 levels. So traders would look at a fresh buy even at current levels, and stop loss can be tailed to 1960. The second is an interesting mid cap name. It's I would term it as a high risk trade, but it's a very interesting chart. It's a bank Kopran. Now we don't talk of these stocks in that often, but in the charts one on the long term basis are quite interesting. It's formed a rounding bottom pattern on the long term charts, which is very interesting for a stock like this. So and many of these rounding bottom patterns, they tend to evolve into multi years and multi quarter upside. So I believe that the stock can hold potential this breakout sustains. So it's suggest a high risk buy at these levels for position target of 125 and stop loss to be kept at 95.
Okay, great. Thanks for that, Kunal. Hi, Vijay. What's on your radar today in terms of a high risk and low risk idea?
Well, I think financials should do well going forward, and the way Bank Nifty has also been showing strength, I suppose that it's again headed for 25,000 plus. So the high risk idea I have today is RBL Bank. So the stock is trading at about 173 right now, and my sense is that the stock can inch up to 190, 195. So we can see some spurt in the banking stocks. The second recommendation as a low risk stock would be Axis Bank. So the stock has corrected, from the highs, and I think that it has consolidated very well at the lower levels, trading at 478 rupees right now. I think that the stock, if somebody holds with a longer term perspective, has the potential of going above 600, 650. So just keep on hanging around with banking stocks and good banking stocks. I think that banks should do well in the coming 6 months to 1 year's time frame.